What's up, YouTube? It's Battlescar. So, yesterday, the CEO of Twitch, Dan Clancy, he stepped away from watching his favorite Eagle streams and from watching a soundbiker for a moment to give us an update that Twitch is effectively going to be cracking down on the view botting problem a lot more. Now, first of all, I don't think it's just a problem. I think it's become a full blown epidemic at this point. Pretty much everyone and their mother on Twitch view bots. It is not a secret. But he said that the way that Twitch is going to go about this is that they're going to be introducing a cap on a channel or a stream's concurrent viewership count. Now, I initially thought this was really stupid because let's say Twitch flags your stream for view botting, and then they introduce a cap of 1,000 or 100 viewers or something. Now, for a small channel, that's still a lot, so it's still worth view botting. But it doesn't seem like that's the case at all. The cap isn't some arbitrary number. It is actually based on your stream's historical non-view botted traffic. So basically, that cap does reflect the genuine audience before it was flagged for being artificially inflated for view botting or something like that. Now, myself and a lot of other people have a lot to say about the shortcomings of this approach, this capping approach, but I will get to that in just a second. This update came a little bit as a minor plot twist, just because Twitch used to have a little bit of a different stance on view botting, specifically that their approach was to try and ban or remove bot accounts. And they didn't really try to penalize or punish the streamers behind it or the ones that were doing it. This led to basically the great 2025 viewbot purge, where effectively they Thanos snapped about 5 to 20% of Twitch's viewership overnight, right? And this really went down in the history books. There were no big streamers that were spared. Pretty much everyone hit their sudden lowest viewer point for the entire year. And it was seen site wide. That's why I say it's only like a small surprise that Twitch has decided to do this, because I think when they did that very big viewbot purge last year, I think it also showed Twitch themselves just how widespread this issue is and how much of a genuine shit show they have on their hands. So it's not really, like a Sixth Sense or Shutter Island level plot twist that they're deciding to do this. But it's not just limited to Twitch either. Even this week, iShowSpeed, who streams on YouTube, he streamed his Dominican Republic tour and he reached around 2 million concurrent viewers, which is a huge, huge number, right? But it turns out that only about 300,000 of that was real, genuine audience viewership, and the rest was effectively inflated with view botting. Twitch themselves have said that the reason why they never actively pursued trying to punish streamers for view botting before is because they found it difficult to distinguish those who were view botting for the benefit of themselves and those who were doing it to maliciously target others. Now, you might think to yourself, what do you mean maliciously targeting others with view botting? How is view botting going to hurt someone, right? But it doesn't quite work like that. So if you have a channel or a stream on Twitch that you aren't a fan of, you can send view bots their way in order for the stream to get flagged or to have artificial growth. And that does hurt the channel in the long term as well. So Twitch had some trouble distinguishing between whether people are doing it for the benefit of themselves or for targeted reasons on other channels that they didn't like. It's roundabout here where I think a lot of others and my own criticism starts regarding this approach. First, I do want to say that I think it's a good thing what Twitch is doing, and they're doing a good job trying to take a big step in trying to stop this plague of view botting that they're experiencing. I think that is a good thing. There is no such thing as a victimless crime in my mind. A lot of people who view bot have used the excuses of, well, it just helps them secure sponsors. And, even if the sponsors or big companies don't end up making money from it, who really cares because they're big companies, blah, 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 right? So they play it off as some victimless crime. But I don't think that is really a fair way to look at it. There are struggling, small, honest, genuine Twitch channels or YouTube channels that don't view bot. And because of artificial inflation by other channels, they lose out on opportunities and on genuine growth that they otherwise would have secured. I think this is why that one manager at the big talent agency said they think you have to viewbot. And they didn't advocate for viewbotting, but they did say that they think you're effectively putting yourself at a disadvantage if you don't viewbot, and you need to do it to be in the game. The issue with the change is, though, I don't see how this change in policy or this change in approach is going to help them differentiate between those people that are doing it to benefit themselves versus a channel or a stream that is being maliciously targeted by viewbotting. They just said that they're struggling to differentiate that. So I'm not exactly sure how introducing a cap is going to help with that problem necessarily. Now, 100%, I do agree with what Twitch has said before, is that it's most likely that people are doing it to benefit themselves, right? Because that's how humans are. We are self serving, and we rather use viewbotting to put ourselves on a better platform and to elevate our careers rather than doing it for malicious or targeted reasons, right? But I do think that if Twitch is now starting to take action against channels or against streams that are engaging in viewbotting, then maybe targeted malicious viewbotting can become more prominent and become more effective. But the second thing is, and I really do think this is the bigger thing, people have complained that this change of introducing a cap simply isn't enough, which I do tend to agree with. The co founder of Kick in particular has responded to this, saying this is a huge lob. Twitch already caps view counts, and we got this idea from their staff years ago. Twitch won't ban famous streamers. And this same argument applies when someone is viewbotting me. The Stream Together feature on Twitch allows you to safely have a buddy bot your stream for discovery purposes. Now, Kick is working on killing discovery for streamers who bot via an upcoming algorithm. They think that this is the best method to do it, as streamers who bot to inflate their position on the platform over other smaller streamers will find themselves invisible to users that don't follow them. And he thinks that Twitch should do the same thing. So from this, it seems that Twitch already has some kind of soft cap feature. And secondly, I really do like Kick's idea here a lot better. If a channel is flagged to be viewbotting, a human reviewer, specifically a human reviewer, should go over it in detail, notify the streamer, and then give them some time to appeal. And then if it's still conclusive that they are viewbotting, they should then effectively be shadow banned off the platform or more. It is important that I say this, though. Human review should be paramount after that flagging process has happened. We don't want a system like YouTube's copyright system, where it's notorious for being the biggest pile of dog shit. But anyway, that's a topic for a different video. I definitely think that Twitch will likely avoid, even with this change, taking action on their big streamers, because one, having those high numbers are good for their corporate reports and for corporate numbers, and two, Twitch is unfortunately infamous for preferential treatment of their streamers. I mean, we had Nina Lin get a week ban for essaying a dude live on stream. We had streamers straight up goatseeing and having sex on stream and getting 3-day bans. And Hasan Piker, which is just Dan Clancy's favorite, has been on a rampage with basically little to no action being taken on him. And also, apparently, now we have Morgpie with a human pet in a gimp suit on stream. Like, what is happening? Anyway, I'm not touching that one with a 10-foot pole. Anyway, I think Twitch does have good intentions here, and they are making good changes. I think this is a step in the right direction, but their viewbotting approach, or their enforcement approach rather, does need a little bit more work, I think. But I think it was an interesting thing to talk about. But yeah, have a good one. Cheers.